Ladies and gentlemen, we are live and back at it again, folks. Yes, we were here earlier, but we got more wrestling to cover here on this Thursday night as we get into TNA Impact, all a part of our Mega Mania Marathon weekend here at the channel. It's a lot of M's, but it's going to be a fun one tonight. We got lots going on here at TNA. Of course, they are calling it match of generational clash.
Generational clash.
That's how they put it. So we will get into that as Nick Nemeth takes on Alex Shelley. We already saw Nick today, so we will get into that as well. But it's going to be a good one, folks. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, and make sure you hit like and subscribe. Welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is our second stream of the day. We are the channel that just covers more live wrestling than anyone else out there. And we appreciate everyone out there for spending a little bit of your time with us here tonight. Hope everyone's doing well. Friday Junior in the books. We're going to cap it off with a little bit of TNA wrestling. And then we're going to hit the weekend, packed weekend here on the channel. So much to get into, so much to talk about. And we will be joined by the chapeau that runs the show. But I'll let you know that I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and 100%. We are fully in the thick of it here with WrestleMania, week of it, and we're doing back-to-back shows here. Now we're out here for a hop, skip, and a jump on a pause for the cause here, and we're back at it like a jackrabbit.
We got shows
in different area codes. Well, no, they're all in one area code, but under different promotions.
Actually, facts. So, but yeah, folks, get in that chat. Let us know what's on your mind tonight, whether you want to talk about TNA or anything else going on in the wrestling world. We are all ears. We had a fun time watching Josh Barnett's Bloodsport earlier today. Stories coming out. Nick Khan was spotted. Natty was spotted. Braun was spotted. So lots of contingent hanging around good old GCW today, and a fun show to watch. So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. We had a lot of fun covering it, and we're looking forward to tonight.
Yeah. Well, you had Little Dempsey surprisingly show up and have a match there. You had Shayna and Masha have their match, which I know it's a fucking all of an hour ago or so, but if I remember correctly, Shayna picked up the win.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, very much interesting. And we were even talking about it before we went live of, even though the Scott D'Amore is no more, very much TNA and WWE are still in their conversations. So Triple H really understanding and expanding into the wrestling world outside of just the WWE bubble.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's good presence to have a good showing from Shayna Baszler today, as well as Dempsey, some other former WWE talent kicking around. So you never know who they might have their eyes on, or maybe someone like a Masha caught their interest, or maybe Mira Shafir did some good stuff today. Very smart business decision, and a great approach. And again, the WWE with Nick Khan at the helm and Triple H being involved in the creative, I think they're very wise about expanding their horizons, not being the island unto themselves. And today was fun to see some WWE talent show up on an indie show.
And absolutely, and especially for it to be like we've done now. I think you've done, this is what, your third WrestleMania weekend on the channel. This might be our second WrestleMania weekend, what have you, and everything on the channel. But it always feels like Bloodsport's kind of the litmus test or the starting gate here for that WrestleMania weekend here, because it's such a unique flavor, and you only get it around WrestleMania time.
Yeah, a fun show they do annually. I mean, this was the 10th one. It blows my mind. And then going into our third WrestleMania weekend here as a channel, it's been fun. I enjoy it. I think this year was better than last year. I think 2 years ago was better than both. But yeah, I mean, a good show. We'll see what next year brings. And again, bringing in big names and having some fun matches, different kind of feel, vibe, and finish to a lot of the matches. I thought it went really well. So looking forward to TNA tonight to get the, keep the momentum going. And then, like I said, we're back at it like a jackrabbit, a mega stream tomorrow night. Plus, we're doing Wrestling Revolver with House of Glory at 3 o'clock, Nick. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
So an afternoon delight with KJ White and Big Nick. So
gonna grab my wrestling, gonna hold it tight, gonna have some afternoon delight.
There we go. But yeah, lots going on. Eric, good to see you. Let's go for some TNA. Damien back at it like a jackrabbit. I think I just said that twice, but looking forward to Nick Nemeth versus Alex Shelley. Ash by Elegance versus Zaya Brookside. Interesting. We'll see.
Yeah.
See Money looking forward to Kaz versus Bay. That should be a really good match, actually. So I'm really curious what they're doing with Chris Bay as he ventures out into a bit of a solo attempt here.
Well, no, because they re-signed Ace by Ace Austin. I almost gonna say Ace by Austin.
Ace by Austin, yes.
but yeah, they just re-signed Ace Austin. So solo run there for a pause there, but not to foreshadow anything, but this is potentially going to be the last time that we see Alex Shelley in TNA.
Interesting.
This is also surprisingly TNA's one and only really appearance on WrestleMania weekend. So
yeah,
they've got it labeled as the generational clash, and we're kind of paying off a bit of some feuds that they've built up. We're in the 2300 arena, but this is the one show up and show out here from Impact.
Yeah, I hope it's a good show. I mean, again, Ali's going to be on the show, Rhino as well. So, I mean, they got definitely some intriguing things going on with this card and this matchup. So, we'll see how it all plays out tonight. And again, the wrestling might suck. We never do.
Right.
See Money looking forward to. Got that one. Damien looking forward to all the things. Mike Clayton, good to see you. Eric's back at it. Ronnie Chambers. We said Bloodsport was pretty good. Not bad.
Right. Yeah.
What's going on? All right. It was good. What's up, TJ? AJ. Stoner Jesus back with us. SJ.
Yes, much like Jesus, we have risen again.
Michael
we
Spike.
kicked out at 2 and 9 3/4 there, and we're back at it like a jack watching pro wrestling.
Tag Dream Champions of YouTube. Thank you for that, Theater. Daniel Price. By the end of the week, Nick's going to be in the fetal position in a corner going, please, no more wrestling.
Nah, you can have that.
They're worried about you, Nick.
Nah, I was watching wrestling before we went live watching wrestling. When you got a little bit of that, fix on you there, you gotta, this is just feeding the addiction.
Right. It's going to be, again, it's always a grind, but we enjoy it. We're going to have a lot of fun here with the channel. Again, we're going 2 nights. We're going to be here all day on Saturday, all evening Sunday, and we're looking forward to it. We're making a push. We want to drive our sub count up, so we're doing a sub drive. We want to hit that 5K by the end of the weekend, see if we can pull it off or how close we can get. But you guys be a friend, tell a friend, and help us get there this weekend. It's going to be a fun one. Chambers says it sucks that Masha lost. Sure, it does, but she lost to Shayna Baszler. So it's okay. She had a good showing, though.
Oh, absolutely. And we want to be that five time.
Right. Dave, good to see you. Busy with all your training. I hope it's going well, sir. I know you're bored, but hopefully you're getting through it. WWE loans Baszler out to do the match. No way they would have her do the job. 100%. I agree.
But it also depends on how they maybe viewed Masha. If depending on where Masha might be in her contract, maybe we'll let you go under. In the pot a little honey dip, little tampering. But you never know.
I think it was someone like a champ or some like a former WWE talent or something like that, maybe. But the WWE is going to protect their own, and there's no way they're going to lend out talent to lose on indie shows. I wouldn't imagine it. But you never know.
I could see either way.
Will TK sign Scott D'Amore in charge of booking? No, because then Scott D'Amore will end up like the next CM Punk, the guy with the ideas that nobody wants to listen to, so they make him the cancer and the pariah.
You said it. I didn't. At the end of the day, someone in AEW just needs to take a step back from being so involved and invested in the business. And however you want to view their view on the outside, they need to take a step back and really look at everything that's going on versus being in the fucking silo.
Yeah. And again, listen, if it's true that the ratings and the analytics don't matter, then fine, that's okay. But then stop acting like they do. Like, stop acting like you're in this competition. Just go play nice. Don't worry about the WWE's doing. You got your little basketball court to play on. You play with your toys, and we're good to go.
Yeah, you keep talking out of both sides of your mouth here. It's getting
right
hard to tell which side's telling the truth and which one's fibbing.
That becomes the dilemma, right? Because that's what I find a lot of the tribal, like the deep tribalist skid marks out there. Like, it's the one day it's, oh, look, we're winning the ratings. The next day it's, oh, the ratings don't matter. It's that goalpost moving that we get all the time.
Right.
And different standards for different people. And it's so funny to watch people melt down. Like, even with the Edge stuff, it's like, he didn't say anything egregious. Why is anybody upset by what he said? Nobody should be angry. Nobody should be, I hate that guy. Like, again, you can have your opinion on whether it was good or bad, but to have the thought of, like, oh, dude, he fucking sucks. I can't believe he said things. Like, simmer down.
You're talking about Phil,
Copeland, all of them. But before we get to those fine gentlemen, we got another fine gentleman joining in. We're going to play a little Brady Bunch here.
Here's the story of a handsome chapo who was less more than a hat.
What is up?
Hi, Anthony. How you doing?
I am good. How you guys doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. You watched Bloodsport for the first time today, I believe.
I did during work, and I enjoyed it from start to finish. Everything was good. I really enjoyed everything. I understand that the matches are short for a reason because it's like wrestling and MMA style together a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Good. Yeah, I thought it went off really well. But thank you for joining us for Impact tonight. It should be a good one. Anything stand out on the card for you tonight, sir?
Really just the main event. What is it? Nick Nemeth versus Alex Shelley. I think that's going to be a banger match. And then I'm also excited that Ash by Elegance is not fighting enhancement talent and is, fighting someone that's actually in the TNA Knockouts division. So I'm excited for that match as well.
Right. Yeah. No, they had static coming out of the pay-per-view, Zaya Brookside and Ash, right?
Yes, they did. I forgot who attacked who. I think it was Zaya Brookside.
Zaya accidentally fell over and spilled champagne on Ash by Elegance and everything. I saw the tweet. She sat there, was racking up a tab and everything of like, well, you spilled champagne on my dress, and that caused
right.
Everything. This 100%, reparations and salutations are being paid here.
Right. Yeah, so I'm definitely excited for that tonight to see, Ash by Elegance finally wrestle someone of some substance.
Very interesting. How much blood and blood? There was not much, if any, blood today. No Moxley, so no blood.
Right.
Did anyone bleed?
I don't think anybody bleed.
No.
We had a bit of a bloody nose on
everybody, and like you would see, we've all talked about, Anthony talked about even of how when it's more that actual true MMA mixed with WWE, like pro wrestling, I hate to say it WWE, but pro wrestling, of even you watch UFC event, how many times you see somebody busted open? Most of the time they get, KO'd. You maybe every now and then get a stray elbow that busts somebody open, but yeah, not a lot of blood, but a lot of really flash finishes and everything.
Right.
Christopher, good to see you. I tell you, being at the WWE World today was wild, especially watching a little. You see this clip going around of the little girl kind of roasting The Rock. It was fun.
No, I have not seen this.
Yeah, I know we didn't have much time between shows, but yeah, no, it's cute.
Yeah, I saw just a tad bit of it. She kind of roasted him very well.
She got him good, but like people are like, oh, like The Rock should like retire from wrestling because this little girl.
Now, did she roast Dwayne or did she roast Maui? Was she was it Moana? And it's only fitting that I guess now we're getting the little kids involved. We had the Cody Crybabies. We had the whole segment on Monday Night Raw to where we're showing the replays of all the kids crying. because
Right.
Cody Rhodes got beat up and everything. But now we've got little kids cutting promos on Dwayne.
That they are. And the wrestling show is starting, ladies and gentlemen. So we are getting the opening package, building up this generational clash. And we will keep you posted. Remember, folks, we watch TNA on YouTube. So we're a little delayed, but we get no commercials. So no spoilers.
Right.
Hello, Anthony, says Eric. Good to see you.
I was trying to get the sound working. I couldn't get the sound working for TNA. There we go. All right.
Any update on Su Yung? No, I haven't heard any news about Su Yung. Anybody?
No,
I
I like the name before that though of Socks the Waving Cat, and I'm not gonna lie, I misread that the first time. So I'm glad I took the time to sound it out.
That's funny. Good to see you, Mike, Daniel, Rocco. Has it got absurd already? David, good to see you. But yeah, I like this package they're doing here.
Yeah, that's a nice package. They're building this up. I hate that it's Alex Shelley's probably last match, but they're definitely building this up as a big monumental match that really could happen on a pay-per-view.
Does this feel like a mini pay-per-view, especially with this being kind of the payoff? Like we were just talking about Ash by Elegance versus Brookside. This is their only one in appearance WrestleMania weekend here. So is this their pay-per-view without it being a pay-per-view?
Yeah, kind of. If you kind of gel it all together with WrestleMania week, it does seem like a pay-per-view style episode of Impact tonight.
Yeah, definitely a little up the ante. Give us a couple things here that you might not normally get, except outside of those either Friday pay-per-views.
Right.
Yeah, this is what we were getting, and we were asking them to do. And instead of doing their pay-per-views on a Friday, on a Saturday, do them on a Thursday. And this is kind of what this feels like here.
Right. Good to see you, Danny. Do you think the rumor of Grayson and Austin Theory being pulled? Holy shit, I'm being stalked by this, Christopher. Apparently,
I told you, it's a thing.
It's a rumor. I don't know what to tell you. It's like when people got mad about the no bull rope match.
But that's the thing. If it doesn't happen, I'm not going to be mad.
No.
But if it does happen, I'm going to fucking lose my mind.
Yeah. I'm curious.
I'm really curious to see what happens. This rumor has been going on, I think, for like 6 days.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm curious to see what happens.
I think Nick started it. I'm not gonna lie. I think he was the first one to say it. I think
what
Nick
can I say except you're welcome? No. I'm one of those. Trust me. I've even said it. We've talked about this channel on the channel multiple times of you shouldn't be disappointed because they booked the show differently than you booked it in your head.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm not mad if they don't do that. I still think it'll be a great match. But I think if we're going to have the potential, if we're going to have Philadelphia WrestleMania, you're the guy that says be greedy. And now I'm trying to be greedy. And you're like, no, you can have that.
I'm all for it, my friend. I really am. One of my favorite kind of sentiments in the IWC is wrestling's predictable. Man, I can't believe they didn't book it exactly the way I thought they were going to book it. This sucks. Wait, what?
Yeah. I booked it completely unpredictable.
I didn't see that coming, but I hate predictable wrestling.
IWC, quote unquote, I see there is no pleasing you.
Yeah, no shit.
Right.
This one's for Anthony.
Anthony would be happy if Motor City Machine Guns win the SmackDown titles if they come in. I'll be happy if Motor City Machine Guns is just there. They don't need to win anything. They just need to be there. Because we'll be live on stream, so you might see me cry. I don't
know. Braun Strowman, Nia Jax were in the crowd of Bloodsport. Yeah, lots of interesting faces in the crowd. So did you see that there was a picture going around of Natty with Suzuki? Thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah, I saw that. And then I'm hearing that the TNA execs are in town too. To maybe drum up some things with WWE. So I mean, that's interesting in itself.
Maybe they say to MCMG, like, listen, we'll bring you on, like you can have a Mania moment kind of thing, but we're gonna let you work both companies. We can just pay you a little more. Yeah.
I'm here for it. I mean, Christ, can I say this respectfully? It sounds like WWE catering was at Bloodsport today. So.
As Rhino is coming to the ring, we're opening this this night off with Rhino and Mustafa Ali.
Yeah,
so
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, not wasting any time.
Gore. I was trying to come up with like the Steph joke of you got the gore and
what's the other line that kills me? I'm gonna take care of that big smelly beast. And I'm gonna get you too, Rhino.
Smelly man beast. I'm gonna get to you too, Rhino.
That's right up there with I'm gonna throw you over the top ropes, Paul Heyman.
That whole promo, though, you know.
Yeah.
Booker T, hair done by Whoopi, Shane McMahon, still up.
I think this match right here is going to be a test of Mustafa Ali because he has a problem with facing Jake something at Rebellion. He stated that last week. He was like he shouldn't be in this match because of his size, but we all know that it's about no limits and not the weight limit. So this is a test to Ali tonight.
Well, speaking of no limits, is it because he doesn't know who he's fighting? He's fighting something. He doesn't know whether he's a man.
Exactly. He doesn't know the name. Like, who is it going to be?
Right.
Like Jake something who. So
right. It's like who's on first, what's on second. At Rebellion, you're fighting Jake something. Well, what the fuck is the something?
Like, yeah, who is the something? What is the something? So weird.
Rhino in control out of the gate. Everyone picking Ali though, right?
Oh yeah. Ali has to win. Okay. It always has to be different.
Yeah, so, absolutely. You have the gore and
the moan from the middle says otherwise. Apparently,
I am the thing I didn't say earlier, I guess. But yeah. Maybe we get a disqualification. You mentioned Jake something. What if we get that involved here? We get a disqualification. We're in the 2300 arena. We have Rhino in the former ECW arena. Yeah. Why are we not thinking that there could be a hardcore element, anything like that?
Okay, I didn't think about that.
See, point ahead looks smart. I didn't think about the 2300 arena.
I didn't think about nothing.
I didn't think it because Ali's, on his way to defend a title, so I don't see him dropping it out.
Yeah, but that's how you do. We think honestly. And this might be foreshadowing. Do you think Ali's losing to Jake something? I don't.
No. So why would he lose to Rhino?
Lose an L, pick up a win on the next match. No, rather than pick up a win, take an L in the next match.
Okay, Tony Khan. That's terrible booking.
Hey. I'm a nice guy, okay? I'm a nice guy.
I'm a nice guy. People like my wallet. Diva lotions.
Not illusions. Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Come on, yo. It's comment time.
Diva, what's up? Welcome. Has Steph D-Lander been on yet? No.
That was last week. And then she won't be probably back till Rebellion, where she's, contending for the Knockouts Women's Championship.
Right.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about this fantasy booking, MCMG and the Young Bucks? I heard a lot of people throwing this one around. Anthony on it. Oh, here goes your hardcore element, Nick.
Again, point ahead, look smart. Look smart.
It's about winning, not going hardcore.
We got chairs.
It can happen. Hey, that should be a DQ, ref. He hit him with a steel chair.
No, we're in the 2300 arena.
No, this ain't the AW arena.
You got your hardcore. You can't ask for a DQ.
Right.
Nah. Don Stevens ain't out here being the referee.
Right. What's up, Dale? Anthony and the Hizzy.
What's up, Jobson?
Damn, the hardest working people in the YWC. Is that the YouTube world? YouTube wrestling?
YouTube wrestling community.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, I'll take it.
It's tireless work.
We love it. For the money. So hard for the money. So hard for the scrubbers.
Ali for the win.
He's got his Pro Wrestling Illustrated cover poster.
Yeah, that's huge.
That is huge.
Oh, and down he goes.
Digital issue available now on newsstands April 16th. Hashtag not sponsored by the Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Shout out. Big chops as both men are on the outside of the ring. I feel like the dude in the jacket might be somebody, but I don't know who.
He
I
looks
feel
like
he's a guy
somebody.
who just wandered in off the street. Sorry.
He's just sticking like he's just out there by himself. Oh, Rhino.
Yeah, he's lost.
Oh, there you go. It's
that guy. Yeah, it's that guy.
the author of that book, clearly.
Okay, in whatever book that is. And then he just talked it like he didn't mean anything.
Yeah. Rhino's like, I don't read.
Reading for fools.
I really do
This
like
match is going longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be fairly quick. I don't know why, but I did.
No, decent start to the night for sure.
Yeah.
Are we going to try for a coast to
Oh,
coast?
Van Terminator.
Ooh, going to the top.
Oh,
Ghost to ghost. Ali exploding a trash can off of Rhino. Nose.
that was always super impressive. Like, spoiler alert, Rob Van Dam's moveset was constantly fucking amazing. Just
Yeah.
I know of you had the Van Terminator, the Van Daminator, the Van Sarah Connor. Like, this man was just like, how can I be violent with shit across the whole ring?
We're getting this is awesome chance.
Yeah. This match right here already has made this whole episode a pay-per-view quality episode.
Yeah, coming out of the gate strong.
Oh,
Oh,
Toro is all you go is face first into a trash bin in the corner there.
Crash test dummy, Ollie.
But again, we've talked about with this being on this WrestleMania weekend, like you and I talked about it, especially during Bloodsport. Anthony, I don't know how you feel to where the wrestling world converges on a city, on an area. Now it seems once a year it becomes a goddamn pro wrestling holiday here of every promotion shows up, shows out, because that's what the show is about here.
No, absolutely. And what I'm really surprised about is usually TNA does their multiverse of matches or usually around this time, and they didn't do it this year. I was wondering if that was a Scott D'Amore thing, that something he wanted to do, and they just didn't do it this year.
I feel like when did we cover that last?
I know they did one in August, and they did the first one I ever watched was WrestleMania weekend last year.
Yeah,
and they did one in August.
That's
and I
right.
think I think they did one the WrestleMania the weekend prior to last year. So I'm surprised they didn't do one this year.
Yeah, that's a good point. I completely had forgotten about it.
Right.
Big spine buster by Rhino.
Ooh,
what would you rather see? MCMG versus the Young Bucks or MCMG versus DIY?
DIY.
Okay.
They're easy for me. Nick has to think.
Oh,
I'll take Young Bucks just to be difficult and just to be the fucking contrarian, the fucking flying honey here.
Right, it is a tough shout. I think I'm leaning towards DIY, but I think that's a bit of a biased take on my part too, because I just don't like the Bucks.
The same,
but it's also I don't know if I like DIY right now.
I don't love DIY.
Table.
And Ollie with the win.
Up the win.
And he's thrilled about it. Little help from the security team.
Yeah, as everybody reminding, well, specifically me, that this is no disqualification, no holds barred match and everything. So I guess my whole extreme theory just fucking never was a failure to launch. But yeah.
You got the extreme part right. It's just
I got something right. I'll tell you that.
I got something right now. There you go. Little bit of something on the way down.
Something.
That was just way too sensual. How? Like, why do you whisper in that man's ears like that?
I'm gonna
just
make
attack
you
him. Just walk up and I'm gonna fuck you up right now before you do it. That's even scarier.
Can you feel something poking your back?
Oh, Mike Tyson, I'm a QT, you love me.
As something just taking up. This is
Hey,
a
hey, Jay Bougie, Jay Bougie,
Hey! For anybody that doesn't know what's going on, Jay Bougie, friend of the channel,
is about to just get planted through the ring, it seems, with a power bomb.
One of the channel's best interviews, where I learned what a fluffer nutter was.
Go ahead.
Ooh, that was
explain
a
it now. Anthony
yeah,
doesn't
explain
know.
it. I need to know what that is.
Explain it.
Oh, so Anthony doesn't know what a fluff. See, again, me and Jay. And
I'm the
Anthony.
only New Englander, so I know it.
Well, explain it because I'm forgetful.
So a fluffernutter, Anthony. Well, I was gonna say it's Jay Bougie coming out there and taking a power bomb out of nowhere, but as a fucking security guard. No, it's a peanut butter and fluff, the marshmallow smear sandwich on white bread.
Who doesn't love a good fluff smear?
It's disgusting.
It sounds disgusting.
Jesus. Oh.
I saw someone's comment mentioning the ratings from last night.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss that because I think it was directed towards me.
Yeah, it was. There we go.
Speaking of Woo, Anthony, you saw Dynamite's ratings last night. Yeah, I probably was a part of those ratings because literally I tuned out after Ed started talking.
Wow.
Like I watched all of it, the Edge part, and then I changed the channel. I didn't have a problem with what Ed said. I had a problem with them just confronting it on live television, and it ruined Dynamite for me, to be honest. It just ruined Dynamite, and I didn't care for the remainder of the show. So I literally changed the channel. So I was probably some of the reason why Dynamite, didn't do so well last night. I don't know.
You're part of the drop off.
Right.
Hammerstone's on the screen, but yeah, I want to talk more about this. We were waiting for you to be here to dive all into how this all played out and why people get their feelings hurt about silliness. I don't get how you find. How can you find offense in everything?
To me, at the end of the day, was this promo necessary? Was it just awkward and everything? Like, it's one of those, if you're going to do it and you just, apparently Adam Copeland was selling it off of, I just need to get this off my chest. Why is it got to be at the top of the hour? Why is it got to be when you know you're going to have your highest ratings in the fucking segment and everything like that? So you can sit there and say, well, this was our high and draw segment. No, there was truth to what he said of pro wrestling is different. It is where it's at because of AEW. AEW has employed so many people, everything like that. There's a lot of good to say with AEW, but this was just unnecessary. And like you were saying, Anthony, there, I know you probably said it, KJ, when you heard it last night, it took away from everything. It drew the focus away from the rest of the show. No one out right now talking about Dynamite last night is talking about any match. You're talking about this promo and maybe the Mercedes Moné thing about that. Like, you're really mostly just talking about this.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, again, I think the key, like the word I heard a lot was unnecessary. It does show that Punk's living in your head rent free. I said that last night to everybody of like, dude, just ignore it. Fuck it. If you don't want to go, you can go on Ariel Hawani and say all the great things about, AEW anytime you want. But
yeah,
we showed up for a show that half the people didn't even know what prompted it, right? Like there's a lot of people who were like, man, just let it go.
No, absolutely. It really just turned me off. I was like, why are we doing this? Like, is this necessary? I can say that I'm happy that it was Edge that said something more so than Tony Khan having like a rant on Twitter. But I just don't think it was necessary. To me, it just ruined the entire. I was actually excited for Dynamite for the first time in a very long time. And I turned it on. I saw Edge. He was talking, and I was like, this has turned me all the way off.
Right.
So, you're drawing attention to something that a handful of people theoretically know about
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Unfortunately, when it comes to AEW, they've whittled down their audience and their viewership to only the people that know about what they're talking about. So it's to me, it was such a, again, I've been saying this for a while, the WCW move is very much of like Eric Bischoff. So Sid, did you forget your scissors? It's like, well, all of 10 people know what the fuck you're talking about right now.
Yeah.
And well, there's negative attention. Who? If I'm regularly tuning in, if I'm flipping in the channels, if I'm watching AEW because I'm turning around watching, Turner Broadcasting because of college basketball, and I hear this negative news, so now you're drawing me to the CM Punk interview.
Do you think it was also beyond the CM Punk interview? There was Jack Perry talking out about not being happy and wanting his release and not getting it.
Yeah, when the Buck sat there and said, "Hey, Scapegoat, really like your work. I really think that's what the focus was. This wasn't at all that focus. This is a bitter ex-lover who can't get over their ex-girlfriend. Sorry.
Yeah, and I think that right. I think that at the end of the day, Edge didn't say anything wrong. There was one big statement I disagreed with because he went on his rant about why Okada signed and why he signed and why Sasha signed. And what he forgot to mention is not because it's the best place to work. It's because of this. They all signed because of that, and they all said it. More money, less work. Well, how can you say no? Right. Let's be real. Like, it's not, we all got together because we're going to then sell tickets, then do all the other stuff. But he did not say anything wrong. It was just, it shouldn't have been there.
Right.
It was, you're beating us over the head with shit that unless you're on Twitter, or unless you're guys like us that watch all of the wrestling and cover all of the wrestling, you really probably don't know a ton about what he's talking about and what he's referencing. And they really, I think, throughout that whole show, beat us over the head with free agent signings. Great. Well, you just released about 12 people. So why are you beating us over the head with free agent signings?
Exactly. I don't know. I felt kind of bothered by it just a little bit as well. And it kind of goes back honestly to what CM Punk said in the interview, because I did watch the entire thing, when he says that AEW caters to a specific audience. And to me, that specific audience is the IWC. And that's exactly what they played into last night. If you remember when CM Punk came back and did his first, it was either his first or second promo, he mentioned something about the backstage fight and he said nothing. The crowd didn't do anything. The crowd didn't react in WWE or anything. That's because they're not a part of the IWC. So I don't know. I think it was just in bad taste last night, to be honest.
Well, and as
real quick, I was just going to say before we keep going, Roscoe's are in the ring, and out come the FBI.
Ooh. That's what I was doing to Paisans. I was about to say, you got the Mamalukes and everything. You got, Ray Jazz, you got Nunzio out here. But yeah, it's funny that, Anthony, you brought up about how CM Punk kind of referenced that, but CM Punk, even in his interview with Ariel Helwani, mentioned how he tiptoes that line versus the Copeland promo wasn't tiptoeing any line. Like when he sits there and looks hard into the camera, and this is where the best wrestle, was he just reaching out and just giving Tony a big old bear hug with saying that statement. That's why Tony Ferran retweeted that shit out.
Real quick. He didn't waste any time retweeting that out.
Not at all. But it's funny. I don't know if this is true or not, but I'll take your word for it, Matt Tubes of you. But saying the Jericho promo was a 5-star, what are we saying? That promo was all kinds of awful last night.
5-star toilet flush. Even the crowd was booing that shit.
No, it's not good. It's not good. Sorry, Chris. It's not good at all.
Well, hello, my fellow youth. But it's becoming to the thing of, and like I said, I mentioned this when we were watching Bloodsport, and I'll ask your opinion on it, Anthony, as we've got this match about to kick off of FBI versus the Rascals here. Of AEW's just become this death by 1,000 cuts of you forgive some things, and the things you forgave don't get fixed, and then now you start to add more and more onto it and everything. So now it's all right. I can only love you so much. I can only accept so much.
No, right. I just it I I somewhat don't want to talk about it anymore, but in a way it just was like I, I just don't understand why they can't. And what I'm about to say, I know there can be a rebuttal comment that I wouldn't been able to survive the Attitude Era. But why do you always have to constantly mention what's going on in WWE? Now, I feel like there's a difference between the Attitude Era and now, because the Attitude Era, there literally was a war between WWE and WCW. This was a literal war. It's not with WWE and AEW. They're in two different sectors of the world. And I think this war is in the minds of the fans. And I don't know. I just if you want to focus on your company, if you believe that AEW is the best place and where the best wrestlers actually wrestle, then actually showcase that. I think the best response last night would have been putting on a spectacular show and not addressing the CM Punk stuff. I think that's kind of where I'm coming from here.
Yeah. Love me, hate me, cheer me, boo me. You all do it because you know I'm right. I know. Do you ever notice that the real tribalists out there that just don't hear any of the positives that like when the man sat there and said, like, I wish them the best. I got friends that work there.
Right.
I don't like he never said burn the place down. He everybody can go to the same place and have a different experience, right? Like people said that Cody counteracted what he said, but all Cody was my experience, my assessment is not the same. But you see this where people just look right past like some of the good stuff. He wasn't there ranting and raving. He calmly gave like his experience with the company.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that was just bypassed by a lot of people. They heard the jabs and they was like, let's run with it and let's go with what he said. And I'm like, but he actually said some good things about AEW as well. So I just the IWC focuses on the negative a lot when there's a lot of positive that goes on.
Facts.
They can't get over their bitter ex-lover. They can't get over their first girlfriend they ever had. You know, it's nothing when Cody says nice things or whatever. We never praise Cody saying nice things or whatever. But the second that CM Punk says anything negative, it's like Jesus himself came down off the mountaintop with the two tablets of the testaments and said, I do declare that AW is shit, Tony Khan is a clown, everything.
Sorry, we got a 3 count here. The Rascals, that was a pretty good match. I know we talked over it, but definitely a good match.
You can't get a fucking pie in New York faster than this fucking match went over here and everything.
Right?
Oh, did he officially rejoin the Rascals on TNA?
It looks like it.
Yeah.
Whew.
Interesting.
But yeah, they pick up the W. What's up, Brandon? How you doing? Guys, please talk about the comment about by Mike Spikes. Please talk about them. Remember, super chat or super stickers. Kimberly Page and the WCW Nitro Girls be in the WWE Hall of Fame next year.
No, now I know why Wesley wanted us to talk about this. No and no. How about that?
Was there do you see Triple H, Tony Khan, Eric Bischoff ever having dinner together? It will do a table of 3 with them guys.
Ooh, I would love to see an episode like that of Table of 3.
Yeah, when Nick Khan shows up on AEW and says the contract on the name on the contract does say Khan, but it's not Tony.
Oh, is that Jonathan Gresham? We haven't seen that man in months.
Right?
What the powwow is this?
Is that Myron Reed? Did someone say that was Myron Reed? Wesley? What is that?
I don't know. what the fuck that was. Respectfully, that was just a lot of like long table read, hard cut. Long table read, hard cut. Kevin Dunn, spoiler alert, I guess, is going to TNA because that was nothing but camera cuts.
Right.
That was odd. That was real odd.
But you're right. We haven't seen Gresham in a while. Like, so
Yeah.
I guess they got at least some idea where they're taking it. We might not get it yet.
I think the last time like we actually saw Jonathan Gresham was like he did a backstage interview with one of the commentators, and he was given the feel that he was about to leave TNA storyline wise. So I guess this is his way of coming back, but I need some more explanation of what that was, because we were in a conference room having a business meeting. That's what I saw.
Right.
He's part of a Ponzi scheme. That's all it is right now. Jonathan Gresham is part of a pyramid scheme, and we need to help him get out of it.
Anthony, Foundation coming back. Bring back Jay Lethal.
That would be interesting. But
Let him
what
go.
Jay Lethal is in AEW, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing
That's a guy.
so much great work in AEW.
Yeah, I mean, he might be okay with it.
Tony won't even know he's not there.
Cheeseburger's in the room. Was he really?
I'm not gonna comment.
Please, TNA, bring back Jay Lethal. You get booked better.
Looks like we got ABC up next. I didn't. Oh, Chris Bay is on the card.
Bay, yeah.
Yeah.
Observer really tries to spin the truth. No, they just make shit up completely. Can talk completely out of asses.
Well, yeah. You remember like when Kenny thinks that he does the prank for his school photo and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he thinks that he's part. They end up thinking he's part of a missing family. That was Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez's family that they thought he was part of. Just completely talking out of asses.
Jay White has been in AEW for AEW a few years. Do you think AEW does better with his booking soon?
What kind of question is that?
Better than nothing.
The answer is no.
Son of a bitch.
Can we all just admit that match between him and Billy Gunn? I love me some Billy Gunn. Pause. Was Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels of like Jay White was just, I'm gonna just sell the shit out of this. Like, you are the goddamn Terminator, taking me down here. Boy, howdy, has that man never looked like more of a change hit.
Yeah, it didn't go well. It didn't. And then this whole rivalry with between the Acclaimed and Bullet Club. Let's put them together. They can act like they like each other for a couple of weeks. Then when the good guys realize the bad guys were the assholes that they always were, then they can fight. Wait, what? They were together for like a month.
Yeah, but we're going to make the bad guys look like the biggest punanis of all time of like, don't you smash my TV. Dad's here. Shit. Run. Scatter. And then literally 60-year-old Billy Gunn's out there just taking fucking Jay White to the goddamn woodshed. If I punch you and you're going to go and bump from one side of the ring literally to the other side of the ring, outside the ring and off through the table and everything, like, fuck are we doing?
Was this match on Dynamite last night?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
yes.
Now
that was post the Copeland promo, so you probably didn't see it.
You missed it. Being that most things happen after the promo.
Right. Promo was the start.
I basically missed the entire show. So
As ding ding on Kaz and Bay.
Well, we did get TNA just re-signed Ace Austin not too long ago, so we've got the ABC staying, longer than the 1, 2, 3 out here in TNA.
Right. Anthony, what is your prediction between the Mark Briscoe and Eddie Kingston?
When is that match happening?
Tomorrow.
Supercard of Honor tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't even know they were having a Supercard of Honor tomorrow.
We've talked about this.
Like sometimes I don't even know that Ring of Honor still exists. But if I had to choose somebody, it'd be Mark Briscoe. I like Mark Briscoe.
Absolutely.
I was gonna say, you looking at me for a response?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, I
got?
expect Mark Briscoe is going to win. I'm obviously clearly the Eddie Kingston fan. I was just saying, we've talked about this. If even none of us knew Supercard of Honor was showing up, it snuck up on us in all of the worst ways here. But yeah, this has got to be Mark Briscoe winning this. I think Mark Briscoe shoulda, coulda, woulda a long time ago. This is over deserved.
And we can all agree. Sorry. Go ahead, Anthony.
I said now I have to see who's actually on the card tomorrow.
It's not over. It's not a
bad
card, but we can all agree. Like this particular Friday, to book your kind of hidden behind a paywall third, fourth show, probably not the best move.
There's a lot of moves that they did with that aren't the best moves. Like, I don't know, maybe releasing the boys right before the fucking payoff for Supercard of Honor when they're built around a story on Supercard of Honor.
Back. They apparently didn't show up for work a couple times.
Well, and I saw one of the boys. I'm just going to call them the boys because you one from the other. I do not know. But was even, so that's what we're on about. I was like, you wait and see. And so we might see, maybe don't poke where you shouldn't have poked. Pause.
Okay, so they have Hikaru Shida versus Athena tomorrow.
Now
that sounds interesting. I kind of want to see that. Probably won't watch it live, but I kind of want to see that.
This should be a really good match.
Yeah.
You got Starks versus Amanada for the Ring of Honor World Television title. Fletcher versus Johnson for the Ring of Honor World TV title. We got Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson.
Lee Johnson, okay, yeah, the other
not Lee Moriarty, Lee Johnson.
Yeah, the other Lee. The other Lee.
The other Lee.
Well, we've got Johnny TV. So second, third, fourth, fifth time we've seen him this weekend already. Right. Taking on Dalton Castle. Again, the whole story that was built around Johnny TV kidnapping the boys who don't work there anymore.
I'm calling it now, Nick. The boys win one of the tag titles at Mania.
Good fucking Christ.
One of the surprise teams.
The boys. Who did you imagine the confusion between Pat McAfee and Michael Cole of who won that? The boys. No, who won the boys?
Whose boys? I don't know.
The main event on House of Glory in the main event.
Oh.
And then we have I'm gonna just say the Stardom Showcase 6-woman tag match because I don't want to upset our Japanese viewers. And then
very noble of you, sir.
Try. There's a lot of names and a lot of syllables and a lot of vowels that I'm not gonna get in order. So Griff Garrison and Cole Carter with Maria versus Spanish announced project of Angelito and Serpentico.
Are they still going by that? Remember all the controversy between them and the original Spanish
announced project?
The SAP.
Yeah, the originals, the OGs were really upset about this.
Well, wasn't it the SAT? Yeah, more of the New York scene and everything. Yeah, where we invented the Spanish fly and everything. Yeah.
I just didn't know they were still going by it. I didn't know they were still in the company, to be honest.
That's a whole match of people I didn't know were still in the company. The Varsity Athletics of Tony Nese and Josh Woods with Smart Mark Sterling versus TBA, your favorite competitor, KJ. Right. TBA.
TBA. I find it funny that they just hijacked the Varsity Blondes gimmick and just gave it to here you go. You guys can have this. We're gonna get, we're gonna lose one guy.
Well, let's see. Pillman works in another company and now has, a Hispanic barber at least. Griff Garrison's out there just doing God knows what, and Julia's the head of a goth faction. So
Facts. All of the above.
I have no clue like who any of these people are. I know who Tony Nese is. Yeah.
I'm going to
Anybody else,
say
I'm like,
under over 3 names that I've mentioned, Anthony, that you know who they are.
Oh, big leg drop.
I only know Tony Nese so far and Johnny
So
TV.
we got 1 out of like 17.
I do know
Oh,
a little
Cena
bit
and
of
Sheeta.
Dalton Castle and Hikaru Shida. Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
I got
well,
you.
I haven't mentioned them yet, but okay. Yes, it is the SAT. Then we've got
I thought this shit was funny.
the Undisputed Kingdom of Matt Taven and Mike Bennett taking on the Infantry.
The out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think they're just the team now that's infamy instead of infantry in Ring of Honor because, like, what the fuck?
I know Matt Taven and Mike Bennett from Honor No More in TNA, so I know them.
Oh.
I like how Andy's. I didn't know these people. I know their names. That sounds familiar.
Right. Bay is really, really good, AJ. You're not far off with that at all.
And then Athena versus Sheeta for the Ring of Honor World Title, and Kingston versus Briscoe for the Men's World Title, which we talked
How many
about.
total matches is that, my guy?
9.
That's not bad for Tony.
Oh, for Tony Khan, that's really good because he likes to throw.
That's more than Stand and Deliver.
Yeah.
You know. But
bro, Anthony, you knew less people on this card than there are matches that Stand and Deliver and everything. Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, I know Tony Khan's target number with matches is like 32
14
on a pay-per-view. So 9 is really good.
Well, we still have 24 hours. Let's fingers crossed, boys.
He's in booking rehab. Is that what Tony's in? They only let me book 10 matches. I got to keep one just in the pocket, just in case.
You're right, though. I think Ring of Honor does air like tonight, so we could have 2 or 3 more matches added.
Oh shit. He's right. JT Smith doing these days. I don't know.
J.R. Smith?
J.R. Smith?
That's all I can think of.
Oh, Slingshot DDT.
Keyshawn brings up a perfect point.
Oh, they booted this.
Oh, they punted that just fucking long time ago. Wasn't the Bullet Club and the Acclaimed going at the Undisputed Kingdom? What happened to they? What happened to the Undisputed Kingdom? Fuck, first off, all of this whole storyline's been punted. Christ, during the contract signing, to where Swerve's out there trying to get himself over. Joe's trying to, get the whole thing over. MJF.
I don't know. I think the Undisputed Kingdom fell flat.
I did 100% because you didn't give them anything to do, right? Wardlow had a match against the champ. Yeah, there was almost a pin there off the cutter.
Yeah.
But like if you wanted to keep the Undisputed Kingdom relevant, you should have had the Bullet Club or Daddy Ass and Acclaimed get into an angle with them, build a story with them because they were pissed off at them. Instead, they all got together in a gangbang and forgot that they were mad at somebody. Their words, not mine.
Bang, bang, scissor gang. But yeah, give me a Wardlow versus Daddy Ass because apparently Billy Gunn's out there fucking, pause on that. But apparently Billy Gunn's out there of, fucking Hulk meets Thanos. If I just punch you and I can send you across the arena here. So, yeah.
Alex, Ace Austin comes out and Kaz gives us a little Eddie Guerrero.
Oh, don't call the match. Don't call the match.
Are they splitting these two up?
No.
Now Bane's gonna be mad at Austin, maybe?
No, he's just tossing him outside of ringside here.
Yeah.
So
okay.
All right.
Ringside. I like
they're
that.
just taking a fucking day and $1 here to do this.
I've noticed that TNA is giving every match tonight time, like a very lengthy time.
Well, I mean, Christ, we're already, if we're going on their, 2-hour kind of standstill here, we've got about 45 minutes and probably at least 3 matches left here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And we've already went through 2 that was announced because it was only 4 matches that were announced. This one, the opener with Ali, and then the Ash by Elegance, and then the Nick Nemeth match.
Yeah, so they might get time to cook.
Yeah. 2, 3, as Kaz picks up the win.
That was a great match, man.
The best part about the Undisputed Kingdom angle was Wardlow got to grow his hair out a little bit. Explosion.
Well, you're seeing Killer in those pants, and I think some people might have explosion in their pants. So, and you cut hard to a Danny Luna shot like that. Yeah, you're getting some people explosions. So we're getting a replay of the 8-4-1 match from last week, to where Ash by Elegance was at ringside, and then Stephanie Lander ended up picking up the win. But now we've got Masha backstage with Alicia Edwards.
Yes.
Boo earns.
Drives me nuts, this lady. She drives me up the wall. It's like nails on a chalkboard when she's on the screen.
You remember that one Muppet with the blonde hair that was in the band that was like something? That's Alicia Edwards.
Funny shit.
Wait, she wants to be her tag partner?
Yeah, because I guess she's having issues with Kelly. Soraya had a bigger debut than Mercedes. Ooh, there's a debate.
How many people have had debuts since Soraya and have had, not as big debuts? I think it's not just a male or female thing. I could think it's across the board thing.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on this Alicia Edwards trying to tag with Masha. Like, in what universe? But okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite. That's the odd couple. I like this major announcement: wrestlers' moms are all elite.
Well, and again, I mentioned the match earlier. I cannot confirm. I've since not been able to fully confirm or deny if it's accurate, but to where we could get at Revolution. No, it's not Revolution. What's the AW pay-per-view coming up?
Dynasty.
There you go. Thank you. Of Trent and Statlander versus Sue and OC.
Yeah, right. Like you said earlier,
and all the wrestling moms involved.
Right, you said it earlier. It's one step away from Sue on a pole match.
Yeah, it's the Judy Bagwell in a tag match,
right? PCO Con, they're still at it, eh?
Yeah, they are still at it.
Are they going to do Monsters Ball?
I think it is a Monsters Ball match. I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, at Rebellion.
Does it kind of feel like though that they've kind of already done this a little bit? Like I feel like they've already kind of ran through as many stipulations as they can with this a little bit.
He did break his neck last time they wrestled twice.
The man's a Frankenstein.
I'm pumped about the Monsters Ball, to be 100% honest. So I'm all for it. I like these two in the feud. Two big beefy boys just trying to murder each other.
But I don't. Has it been any type of stipulation match? Because I thought it was just a singles match the first go around.
It was, but didn't it just break down into like nonsense?
Yeah,
and they ended
yeah, it broke down into like extreme violence after.
break his neck, break crack. What?
That's why I was starting to go into and the man in the back said everyone attack and it turned into a ballroom blitz.
Yeah,
As I've got Zaya Brookside coming out right now and KJ going by the wayside. But hey, Georgie, my guy.
We got Zaya Brookside versus Ash by Elegance. I hope this match is good. I'm expecting it to be pretty good.
I think it should be. This has been kind of one of their non-title women's feuds that's actually been built up a bit here. Like I like George out here even telling Zach, "You get out of the ring." But even Ash is trying to fully embrace this and put a full effort into it. And did you see to where she was talking about Tiffany and a lot of people were like, "Oh, why would you say that?" And she's like, she had to sit there and come correct it, which I fucking hate. Or like, I was saying that in character, like I'm doing that to try and get heat. So thank you for fucking up my momentum.
And the heat that she got was the wrong heat because saying it to the IWC, they're just gonna take it and run with it. So
yeah, but the IWC, there is no pleasing you. Tell
exactly.
the guy is blue and they'll say fuck you, it's green.
It's the truth, though. It's no pleasing them on nowhere.
I've never seen a fan base hate watch something they supposedly love so much.
It's really the ones.
Please hate us then. Hate watch us, please.
It's the ones that go to the AEW shows and purposely take a picture of the empty arena and post it on Twitter just to hate on it. You spent money for that. That behooves me.
Right. Well, I would spend my money out here. Pause. As I've got Ash by Elegance walking out here. I know I fucked up at times and call her Ash by Elegance and everything, but yeah.
Do you really mess up, or do you mean to really?
I don't know. I mean, you know, I'm like Gandalf. A wizard is never late or early. He shows exactly what he intends to. But yeah, I will say that honestly, her hype man there, George, is absolutely just as big of a part of her getting over as her is. And
agreed.
And we've talked about this. We wanted her before when she was Dana Brooke to go in TNA. So now that she's in TNA, why would we be mad at it? I can say words.
No, exactly. I know I was one of the ones to tweet like, please go to TNA when she got released. Please go to TNA. So that's why I'm like giving all of this a chance. But I'm really liking it so far. Nothing has really disappointed me other than her just facing indie talent. And tonight that ends when she's facing Zaya Brookside.
Well, I mean, if you're Ash, I mean, Zaya is kind of indie talent, but you know, that's going to be in character. Shoot. In case you needed to know, it's in character. But I think this has really helped a lot with Dana, Ash, what have you. It's shown her character, it's shown her personality and everything without relying on her in ring. Because I mean, I'm gonna call a spade, and she's not, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega in the ring, but she's not terrible. But that's the thing is when she's got stuff that you can use to help prop this up and really kind of flesh this out, it works really well.
Yeah. Dana Brooke to me, or Ash by Elegance, seems like she's that type of wrestler that needs a second wrestler, so in like a singles match, to make her really look good. And that's not a bad thing, because I actually feel the same way about Becky Lynch. But I felt that for a very long time. I don't think she's a bad wrestler, but her best matches is when the opponent is really, really good at wrestling. Like Charlotte Flair, like Bianca Belair. Like, I didn't really like the Liv Morgan Becky Lynch match from day one a couple of years ago. I was there live.
Okay.
that both of them together is like, I don't want to use the word sidekick, but they're secondary wrestlers. But when Becky Lynch has that big opponent, like, you know, Trish Stratus, like Charlotte Flair, like, you know, Rhea Ripley, things of that sort, Becky Lynch shines the most. But when you give her somebody like Liv Morgan, I would even say a lot of people wanted that Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey match. It wasn't going to be good because Ronda Rousey is not a great wrestler. Becky Lynch is a great wrestler, but she also needs that boost from another big wrestler to make her even better than what she is before. That's kind of how I feel about Becky Lynch. I don't hate Becky Lynch. I'm a huge fan of Becky Lynch, but that's just how I feel like her wrestling ability is.
And folks, you can send all hate mail to ringside. But yeah, no, I get a bit of what you're saying. I mean, with Ash, I think it really works. She works in this heel persona of like, even there, she hits the fucking leg over and go ahead, take your pictures and everything like that. Like, she works in that, the character work versus the in-ring work. And Becky, a little bit with the man, you could maybe say that she was more, you know, character work than in-ring work. But yeah. I think Becky is a super talented women's wrestler, period. I guess if I was going to agree with you and any bit of what you said of that, she's not like a Daniel Bryan, a Will Ospreay, or anything like that that's going to carry a match by herself. Like, she needs a competent and a well-fitting dance partner.
You said it better than I could.
I try. Mostly, I just say a lot of words, and eventually they come out right. So, yeah. And Jobson saying, my money is on the blonde. Well, you got a 100% chance on that. Depends on which one you want in the ring. Right? Iceman, watch your step leaving this time. What? Tiffany has the best moonsault in WWE right now. Yes, sir. Even to the point to where she had to sit there and do the double bounce on it to get it right. And everyone's, oh, did you see it? She botched it. No, she actually just took
she corrected herself.
She fucking hit the move right instead of, you know, landing on somebody's head like Ospreay there on Hobbs. What? Speaking of landing on heads, what?
What?
No, I was talking about somebody brought up how Tiffany has the best moonsault, and I said, about how she had to sit there and course correct instead of, and everybody said, oh, it's a botch. It's like, no, she just wanted to make sure she landed it right, versus Ospreay, who sat there and landed right on Hobbs's head.
So I said, speaking of landing on heads.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, that's awesome.
Right.
She does. She kills it. I mean, really.
So they call it the prettiest moonsault ever, and I'm going to try and moonsault out of here correctly.
Okay. Oh. All right, me and you, big guy. How we doing?
We got Ash and Xia Brookside in the ring, and right now Ash has control, and I'm liking this match so far.
You know what? This is exactly what she should have done in WWE when she was getting all that heat. She should have leaned into the booing. She should have been this character then. Maybe she wasn't able to. Maybe Vince or whoever was in creative at that time were like, no, you know, whatever, we don't see it.
Yeah.
But this works a lot better. It kind of feels more natural for her.
And I think me and Nick have said over the past couple of weeks, like having a person, so in this case, the concierge, the personal concierge speak for her, I think is perfect because she's not the best talker. And having that by her side, I really like it.
No, he's been outstanding. I mean, really kind of, you know, it gives her a different vibe, a different feel because he is so charismatic and he's speaking on her behalf. It definitely helps her.
Yeah.
Oh, nice cutter.
Oh, that was nice. That was a nice cutter with the little, I don't know, what is it? It's not a moonsault, but she did something on the apron.
Cartwheel.
Cartwheel, that's what it is.
Now she's bowing to the crowd. Like, I mean, again, I think this is what she should have done. Tried to do within the 10 years or so that she was involved with the WWE. It
It
is,
makes
yeah,
it makes me wonder if she actually pitched this idea and they just didn't like it. Because I really think this is her. Like she plays this very, very well. Oh, you got Ash in the corner and Zaya Brookside. Seems like something huge is about to happen here.
sorry about that. Sorry about that. We are live.
Ooh. Zaya Brookside fighting out here, getting the upper hand.
A pretty solid match, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think I mentioned this before you took your little pause, but like they're giving every match time tonight. And I think after this is really going to be the main event. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, Zaya with the knees in the corner. Nice neck breaker. What's up, Bash? Just woke up.
Wow. Like I can't keep my eyes off of this match. I'm very impressed.
Right. And you know what? We're talking a lot about Ash or Dana, but shout out to Zaya.
Yeah.
A little bit of a coming out party here.
Oh, he threw wine in her face.
Perfect.
Oh, come on.
Nice win. Hush by elegance.
That was a really good match. Winning with the wine in the face, so I think that's like the ultimate payback from what happened at Sacrifice.
Right. I like it. I like it. Big win. I thought she played the heel role real nice here. She's really milking it again, and it gets her own little outro of like, the winner is Ash by elegance. Like it works. It's working.
Yeah, it works for her. It really does.
So Alex Shelley, last match tonight. Could be historic.
Yeah. I think we had Chris Sabin's last match last week, so I think tonight is Alex Shelley's night.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I mean, they've been such a big part of the history of Impact and TNA.
It's like the end of an era,
right?
A little bit.
Oh, flop dollar in the house. What do you think of heel Rich?
I don't like it. I don't like it. Like last week was the first time that we saw it, and I was like, Nick, I don't like this. Like even with him shaving the beard and everything, I'm not with this.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I've just seen Rich so long, as Rich Swann, that seeing him like this is like, that ain't right. So ABC is going to take on Top Dollar and Rich.
That sounds like that's going on next week.
Yes, sir. Ash wins 4-0, 3-1. Wait, Zia Lee is in TNA now? No, Zaya Brookside.
Yeah.
But stay tuned. We haven't seen Zia Lee in a while.
We haven't. She had that small little run late last year, and then she disappeared into oblivion.
She really did. Zia Lee's missing. Wendy Chu, we have no idea where she went.
Right. She disappeared as well. I don't know.
Yeah, up next, main event, man. So they're giving them a good amount of time to cook here. In what's been, I think, a really good TNA.
Yeah. It's my rating is pretty high right now for TNA. If something drastically happens in this main event I don't like, that it could potentially drop it. But right now it's pretty high.
Not bad, not bad. So we're getting a replay from last week? Oh, Matt Cardona.
Yeah, Matt Cardona.
All right, all right.
Whew. Yeah, this was the 841 match last week, which I told Nick I think it should have been a little bit longer. Like
Okay.
the men's was a little bit longer last year when they first did it. And I
Mhm.
felt like this one should have been. It kind of went quick. Like the
Yeah.
tag team portion of the match was great, and then the fatal four-way, it was like you blinked and it was done.
Oh, okay. I like the concept. I really do.
Yeah.
Matt Cardona. Interesting.
And I know Matt Cardona is on a pre-appearance deal. So
Oh,
they
okay.
are kind
Yeah.
of doing the pre-appearance deals with TNA.
Mhm. Not a bad choice on their part overall. I mean, again, it might be hard. You do risk somebody you showing up on your show a few times looking really good, and then one of the other
Right.
companies going, "Wait a minute." You do run that risk, but I guess from a cost standpoint, not so bad.
Right.
Did you hear about everyone freaking out because The Rock was late to WWE World today?
I did hear that. Like everyone was freaking out about that.
Right?
I think he was like an hour and a half late or something to that effect.
Mhm. Now, some people were saying it was a work. He did it on purpose because he's playing the character. Other people said he was just delayed. Like it's funny as hell.
If it was a work, I think that would be a bad work, wasting people's time for an
Yeah.
hour. It was probably more of him being delayed.
Yeah, I would think so. So, next week, contract signing between Jordan Grace and Steph Delander.
I think this match at Rebellion is gonna slap. It's gonna slap hard.
Okay. Crazy
Oh,
Steve, Laredo Kid.
yeah, Digital Media Championship on the line next week. All right,
There we go.
interesting.
Better landing spot for MCMG if the money was even AEW or WWE. Interesting.
Mm. If Motor City Machine Guns is looking for some great storytelling, it would definitely be WWE. If they're looking to just wrestle, they can, AEW might be the place for them. If the money was exactly even.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Like you talk about the quote unquote dream matches, and some people will, MCMG, the Young Bucks. You got FTR over there. Maybe there's something, but I think coming the other way, I think there's some pretty stellar possible matchups as well. It's interesting.
Yeah, because you can have the Street Profits versus the Motor City Machine
Yep.
Guns. You can have, I think we mentioned earlier, DIY versus
Yep.
MCMG. You got some stellar matches that could happen.
Hmm. It'd be very interesting. And I know we've done this before. Like we did it when Moose's contract was coming up, and Josh Alexander was another good example where we all started guessing where they going, where they going, and then it just comes
Mhm.
out like we're staying, we're good. Like,
Right. It could be that where they just want to take some time away and be like, okay, we resigned,
yeah. I thought Rich Swan was these nuts guy. Oh, it's so weird to see him like that. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? How you doing? Wendy Chu found Sleeping Beauty's apple and took a bite, never to awaken again. Rough. MCMG jobbing for the Bucks would hurt my soul. Ooh, yeah.
We got Nick Nemeth coming out.
There we go. I like this whole most wanted gimmick. It's working for me.
Yeah. Definitely a departure from Dolph Ziggler,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm. And what I've seen of Dolph over the last little while here in some of the shows he's done,
Mhm.
his presence on TNA, he actually looks very happy, like very,
Yeah.
he's enjoying himself, and that's good to see.
Yeah, close to the end there in WWE, you can tell that he wasn't really enjoying himself as much.
No.
So there's
Mhm,
definitely a difference in his face with being with TNA and doing all
mhm.
these indie shows as well.
Yeah. And I mean, it's good that you have a veteran guy to put some of the new talent over and such. But when he always loses, we know, and it's like we all roll our eyes, including him, of like, here we go again.
Right.
Dolph been killing in TNA. Yeah.
Mhm.
And even out in New Japan, some of the indie shows he's shown up to, We saw him earlier on Bloodsport.
Right. And he won, right? I think he won
Yeah.
at Bloodsport. Yeah. I was saying that he might win the title at Slammiversary, but I don't know. He might pull the victory at Rebellion. I was thinking if they ran this match, in at Slammiversary, he would win. But I don't know. The way he's kind of been on a roll, I would hate that for the system, but it seems like he might pull the victory at Rebellion.
He could. He really could. I think you and I talked about this previously where it felt like the system was just going to make him chase for a while.
Yeah.
But he's hot. It's hard to argue.
Right. It's very hard to argue.
Alex Shelley versus Mike Santana tomorrow. A Revolver.
Yeah.
I believe the chapeau that runs the show will be with us tomorrow.
I will.
Should be a great match.
Match. And I think it's Masha versus Speedball tomorrow, right?
Again, yeah.
Yeah. So we got two big matches happening tomorrow.
I could be wrong. I think the last time those two faced off was in Toronto, and they literally tore the boards off the ring. Like Bailey ended up down like under the ring with his head popping up. It's crazy. So I hope they tear it down again. Just want to check real quick. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for. Mustafa Ali versus Amazing Red in a bit of a generational match.
Yeah.
Alex Shelley versus Santana, Speedball versus Masha, Philly Street Fight, RED, Steve Macklin, Killer Kelly versus Charles Mason. Interesting.
Okay.
Hog Crown Jewel Championship, La Sombra versus one called Manders. That'll be a fun match. Four corner tag match. Grizzled Young Vets against RED's Ricky Shane Page and Alex Colon versus the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, and the main event.
Okay. All right.
And more.
That's a quality pay-per-view right there.
All right, we're gonna bring Nick back into the fold. So
I tried. There we go.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Yeah, but you mentioned the main event, and I'm already halfway confused.
No, that Fatal 4-Way should be an insane match.
Yeah,
let's go.
I'm just really excited, and especially with doing what we do and how we've gone from we started watching kind of every now and then Wrestling Revolver, and we're really watching House of Glory like all of now at this point 2 years ago to now, and you're getting Wrestling Revolver versus House of Glory, and it's a prominent show on WrestleMania weekend, and a lot of people are buzzing about it. It's like kind of seeing like I watched you develop. Like I've watched you go from crawling to learning how to run here.
Right. I think I definitely feel that way with GCW for sure. And like as we've watched them grow and progress, and all of a sudden we were pumped when they started doing live replays. Woo!
Well, now they started running. It's like, wait, no, come back, stop, hold on, you're running too much. Like you're Forrest Gumping out here. Just stop running. Like stop doing all the shows. Maybe do some shows.
Right.
And I think what makes it more special too is now you got some of the WWE folks involved with some of these indie shows, like with Bloodsport today and stuff like that. I feel like as Triple H and the Endeavor team and TKO continues to really take over WWE, we'll see a lot more of this, like even potentially with next year's WrestleMania. I think it's great that finally WWE is acknowledging that there's wrestling outside of WWE,
Right. No, I mean, you think back like when they were doing the Black and Gold brand and they were sending like guys like William Regal to all these like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla and Defy and Progress and just collecting, right? And I mean, it's starting to feel like that again of, if you're sitting there and you see someone like Marina have a big night or Masha, are you thinking to yourself, ooh, what can we do with this talent?
Right. And I feel like, it gives the talent And in this case, Shayna Baszler, because she's like really one of the first ones to step out, give talent that's not being used a lot on WWE television to step out and do something different.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I halfway wanted to just click on this of Gildart's gumping ain't easy, man. But it's almost like the reverse of Vince with the territories. If I'm going to collect all the territories, Hunter's like, well, I ain't really using you here, and you can have a bigger spotlight and a bigger shine here. So let's use you a little bit here, and maybe we can start to develop a relationship here. It's a globalization, a territory takeover to an extent, just a different way of doing it, of a much more peaceful, working relationship instead of just I'm going to buy you out.
Hijacking.
Right. Yeah.
As Nemeth is down, Shelley in control.
Does Nemeth go 0-2 tonight?
No. Wait, didn't he win earlier?
Yeah, he won. He beat Speedball.
Let me live in my fantasy. I don't know.
Does Nemeth go 2-0 tonight?
No.
Alex Shelley versus Mike Santana title tomorrow. It's gonna be a banger, I think.
I said this earlier, and I still will stand by this. Mike Santana will be a name that we talk about in a different light by the end of this year.
I like that. Possible.
Shelley is the guy, breaks people's limbs on his night job and then helps them recover use of them on his day job. So he's John Wick? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's what it sounds like.
You're killing my dog. My name is Alex Shelley. You kicked my dog. Oh, backbreaker there from Shelley on the Nemeth.
Right. I came out today. TNA and WWE are in talk to work together again. Yes. I think Nick and I talked about this. You heard that as well, Anthony?
Yes, I definitely heard it. And I know the fans are clamoring for something to happen with WWE and TNA. I keep seeing the match of Jordan Grace and Natalya being thrown around at Slammiversary. I keep seeing that being thrown around a lot.
I like it.
Oh, absolutely. Ooh. And is it interesting that this is still an ongoing thing with Scott D'Amore out of the picture?
Maybe a little, yeah.
Yeah.
He seemed like initially he was the one facilitating that, and we all thought that with Scott leaving or getting pushed out, what have you, that this was Anthem TNA tightening up the pocket strings, but it might be no, we're just going to use the pocket strings in a different direction here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might be extremely cost effective, depending, like, if we can bring Naomi in for a night or whoever and not have to pay her, like they're on their dime. It's the exposure we're trading off.
Do they sell
TNA? Ooh. I don't know. I keep seeing that thrown around, but I don't know if they're going to sell. I don't know.
As much as I said right there, if it could be them tightening the pocket strings, because maybe we need to, shed some money on the books here before we, offload this.
Interesting.
I feel like if they sell and they sell to WWE, I do believe they'll keep it separate. Like, with WWE money, obviously TKO money, but they'll keep it separate. I would like, with Triple H and all these other guys, pulling strings. I really feel like they'll keep it separate.
Bring back Scott.
Like bring back Scott. You have Scott. It on TKO payroll with Scott.
Right. It's not a bad show, right?
You can have that bridge. It could be the developmental to the developmental and what have you.
Facts.
Well, you mentioned KJ earlier about like Defying Progress and everything, and how it was actually just recently that WWE had ended their deals with them of not owning them, but having them under their umbrella. That's why we got JD McFunko Pop. That's where we've gotten some of these people and everything. They came through that Defy, that Progress system. Christ, that's Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Trent Seven, who's now in TNA. All of that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Booster Gold is fighting back. What is happening with AJ? Like, are you glitching?
Who? Oh, I was like, wait, hold on. What? Well, how do you feel about the rumors of, well, so Julia allegedly was at WrestleMania World, and there's the rumor going around that Rossi, Flossie, Fresh and Fossey is going to announce his quote unquote new promotion, what have you.
Oh,
this weekend, that's going to be quote unquote under the WWE umbrella, because we've even talked about, I know with the length that we've done this, of like when they were going to do NXT Europe, when they were to do NXT Japan and everything. If it ends that way.
No, it's very interesting. I'm really curious how all this plays out. And again, if WWE is starting to scoop up little properties, it's gonna be very interesting.
And I don't think Julia was a rumor. I actually think that's been confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah, it's confirmed that she was there.
Now I saw people saying Stand and Deliver, she debuts.
I'm down.
Yes, no, WrestleMania.
She helps Damage Control beat Team Bad.
Ooh.
No, maybe she's the one that turns the tide the other way.
I think if Team Bad loses, and that's what we're calling them at WrestleMania, I think it's going to be an explosion from a certain group of people.
Oh my lord!
It will take an explosion to have that match end that way. It'll take, the arena is no longer ceased to be.
Oh, there you go. Explosion.
Explosion.
Yeah, no, Jade's getting the pin.
Yeah,
100%.
Does she do the sexy?
I hope so.
Provocative. It's provocative. No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
It doesn't even matter.
That shit was just sexual for no reason. Like that was just there.
Good lord.
I do believe I'm coming down with the vapors.
Right. Big drop kick by Nemeth. Good match. I really like TNA tonight.
The best that they have in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, should I feel bad that I sound so shocked? No, I mean the last couple of weeks were a little bit of a drag.
It's been a haul. It's been a sledge. Well, and it's also been hard. Like I think it was when Anthony and I were here last week. Of like most of the matches were like handicap matches and stuff.
Yeah,
they were pretty obvious as to where this is going to go. So like, all right, so let's talk about what might happen versus what we know is going to happen.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying for sure. So we've got a good, even the Zaya Ash match exceeded my expectations. So I'm liking this.
I missed it. Will someone let me know who won?
It was Ash.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, because her concierge threw wine in Zaya Brookside's
head. Hey, turnabout is fair play. She spilt it.
Won.
If you spilt it, you must be dealt it.
That's exactly what Anthony said. Not exactly what you said, but he paraphrased.
I say things a lot longer. I know.
We got a figure 4 on, by the way.
Well, we got a figure 3 on right now.
Yeah, Jade can't lose for like her first year, or the IWC is going to flip out. They're like,
yes,
they lost.
You just brought her back, and you had her lose.
If they don't win,
just enjoy the wrestling, right? Just enjoy the wrestling. We're here to have fun. This is where the people wrestle. Is that right, Edge?
It's going to be the same thing like they have done with Naomi over the past couple of months. You brought her in to lose?
Yeah.
Like, you got to, I don't know.
times 10.
We can still talk about that. I know you and I were about to come to blows, I feel like, on the stream.
But that was, that was before she joined WWE. After, though, I agree with you.
Oh, okay, I was going to say, where do we stand on that argument right now? Because we've had a couple months here to see how it's going. And I mean, recently good.
Yeah, recently good. I mean, and it wasn't really a bad start. She had what?
Depends
She had
on who you ask.
minutes in the Royal
Ask some
Rumble.
people, it's the worst start that anyone's ever had in pro wrestling.
She had 45 minutes in the Royal Rumble, and then like 2 weeks later, she lost to Tiffany, and everybody exploded. Was like, did you think she was going to beat Tiffany? Because I didn't.
I think most sensible people didn't, but
right.
I can say words. I see you, Kata. I can say words. But yeah, you had a fair amount that like, well, no, she's not a world beater, so it's all bad. It's all wrong.
It's that small group that's a part of that microwave society.
It's you didn't do what I booked you to do.
Right, exactly.
It's the same people that say that you have to cash in the money in the bank in the first 3 months.
Nah. I don't say that. First off,
I know. It's just funny because I knew.
I know because you knew. Like I knew where you were going.
I know that you know that I
know. And I know. I got half the brain that you do. I'm gonna be out here like Sid Vicious at the end of the stream of why me? Why?
Series of elbows by Nemeth, who's all over Shelly now.
I think we're at like 9 elbow drops now.
Is it still interesting to think about that this is allegedly, potentially, possibly the last time we see Alex Shelley in TNA? Like it was last week, the last time we potentially saw Chris Sabin. So this could be literally the bookend of Motor City Machine Guns in TNA right now.
It's really, like I said earlier, it's like the end of an era. It really is.
That's why I doubt that they're gonna end that. I can see him fucking re-signing for all I know.
KJ did say that.
Watching this during pause?
Maybe just sometimes, you never know.
Get out of our heads.
What?
It's exactly the sentiment of like, it's so funny how many people were like, where are they gonna go? Where are they gonna go? Oh, they re-signed. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, we recently went through that with Jordan Gray.
Out of the question. Sorry.
What?
I was just saying it's not out of the question.
Right. And I said that like we recently went through this with Jordan Grace when she took her little time away from TNA, but actually had already re-signed. She just took some time away.
Yeah.
Shit, you saw it with Killer Kelly. She was taking some time away, and they're like, "Oh, she's leaving the company." No, she's taking some time away.
Right. This one, most people.
Well, right, yeah. I try to say words. Sometimes they come out right.
You do good. You do good.
I'm an AI. I'm still learning.
Right.
He fell English. That's impossible.
It's blame the programmer, not the.
Right. It's not in my coding.
Oh shit! Dolph gets to the rope, but Shelly yanks him away from it right away. I'm enjoying this main event.
I got some people on their feet watching this main event.
Right. By the way, tomorrow we crown the first ever Ring of Honor TV champion for a show that doesn't have TV. Help me.
Wait, I thought they
TV Women's Champion.
Title. Oh, TV Women's Champion. Okay.
Why does this company keep adding belts?
I don't know. Next thing you know, they'll have an internet champion. I don't.
Right.
What is the digital media champion? I really, and like I said this earlier, and it's only fitting that I said it when we were watching Josh Burnett's Bloodsport. Josh Burnett on Ariel Helwani kind of said it the best of whether it's Tony, whether it's somebody in AEW needs to take a step the fuck back and actually want to see what it is on the bigger picture rather than be in the fucking silo.
Yeah, sorry, Nick. Foot on the ropes. I got distracted.
You're good. I'm just talking through a finish here.
Dude. I agree with a lot of what you said. It was just
Are you sure about that?
Right? Vitamins make it hard to concentrate on two things.
Vitamins, hard words. Why say long words when short words do same?
What a super kick.
Ooh, he took his face off with that super kick and fell into the pin.
The Wolverine's claws are out.
No, you can't say Wolverine's claws are out here without Thunder Rosa out here doing the cosplay of Thunder Rosa or of Wolverine, or at least X-23 last night there.
Right.
You kick my dog? No, at punch. Swing. I do not.
Both men trying to get to their feet. Great main event going on here tonight, folks.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. I know we're kind of joking and halfway taking the piss, but we're fucking 5 hours plus extra into multiple shows tonight. So we're kind of talking all the rest of it at this point.
Don't worry, folks. This is going to get more fun. We got about 30 hours to go of coverage. So
All right. Yeah. Only just begun. No, this is the tempo setter for tonight.
if you think we're losing it already, we got problems.
What?
Man, it's just transitions after transitions in this match.
And the pace just gaining momentum as we go here. It's beautiful.
Ooh, another super
As
kick.
Zigglypuff picks up the 1, 2, 3 with a zigzag.
That's 2 zigzag wins tonight.
He knocked somebody out with a fucking zigzag right after I said it. He's not going to knock someone out with a zigzag.
Big win for Dolph. Heading
2
into
big
Rebellion.
wins tonight.
Great ring awareness.
Great wing alert.
1v1 today. What's up, 4 Inklings? Billy Starks.
Why that name made me chuckle. 4 Inklings. I got a couple Inklings about this WrestleMania weekend. Might be more than 4 though. Billy Starks will be the first ever women's television champion. My prediction.
I think so. We didn't do supercard predictions, but my bad.
No, we can do that. It's brought up. We can talk about it real quick, at least with this match. So you're going Billy. Anthony.
Who's the other competitor?
Queen Aminata.
Oh, okay. I've seen Billy Starks wrestle before, so yeah, I'll take Billy.
Queen Aminata for the win.
5-1, 5-0, 4-1. Speedball went 0-3 today in Philly.
Ooh.
Nah, he went 3-0 in Tony's office. So, pause.
Oh, I thought you were. I thought we were still going through the match, and I was like, "What's next?"
Oh, I didn't know I needed to pull. I can pull up.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No, I actually have it pulled up.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
So, well, then we got Kyle Fletcher versus Lee Johnson for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Again, you have an issue because it's a television championship, no television. So
it's just me.
Then again, they're mostly featured on television on Wednesdays. So
I just think there's too many belts. I really do.
Yeah. Just yeah.
Lee Johnson's fighting who?
Kyle Fletcher.
Oh, Fletcher's winning for sure.
Yep.
I'm gonna take Fletcher too because I've seen him wrestle live once. So it was with Will Ospreay. So Fletcher it is.
If there's a match to watch of Kyle Fletcher's, especially of recent memory, that's the one to watch.
Yeah.
Johnny TV, Johnny Mundo, Johnny Hungy, well, not Johnny Hungy, Johnny Elite, Johnny Extreme, Johnny Nitro, Johnny fucking SmackDown, Johnny will work for bookings. with Taya Valkyrie versus Dalton Castle in a match, a fight without honor over who kidnapped the boys. Well, I think that caper has been solved, but yeah, this match is still going on.
Dalton Castle?
Dalton Castle, maybe.
Yeah.
He lost his boys. You got to give him the W, right?
Right. I guess so.
Johnny wins. Screw you and your boys. Maybe show up to work sometime, or at least on time.
Right.
And I'm gonna just say the next match as Stardom Showcase 6-woman tag team match. Who you got? And please tell me who and why.
Say that again. Who? What?
Exactly. Stardom Showcase.
Oh, that's okay. I was like, what did he just say?
And why?
I don't.
Who's in the
Bro, all right. So
I don't think KJ. I don't think Nick wants to pronounce the name.
And Empress Nexus Venus, Mina Shirakawa, and Maka. I hope I fucking butchered that at least halfway right. Versus Tam Nakano and Queen's Quest, Saya Kamatani and Azam. Thank you for that. Thank you for putting me.
Sorry, I meant. Can you do that one more
torture.
Can you do that again?
No, I can't. No,
yeah,
Stevie Wonder, turn up your hearing aids.
Right. Yeah, I don't think did anyone have a guess on this one?
Nope, I don't.
Tam Nakano, because Bull Nakano's going to the Hall of Fame, and because AW can't make a WWE reference, it can't have a show without making a WWE reference.
That's a good reason as any.
Right.
That might be a really good reason.
I think that's the only reason. Griff Garrison and Cole Carter. Are you sure he's not part of Chase U? With Maria versus Spanish Announce Project. We've already talked about this, of the issues between the Spanish Announce Project and the SAT, and Helico and Serpentico in a tag team match. Play a holla holla holla.
I don't know who any of these folks is, but I'm.
Well, you will learn today.
I'm gonna just take Spanish Announce Project. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll go with them. Screw it.
The Spanish Announce Table. Y'all both taking the Spanish Announce Table. Screw it. I'll take Garrison and Carter. The varsity athletes Tony Nese and Josh Woods with Smart Mark versus TBA, TBD, KJ's favorite competitor there. Second to only vacancy, but TBD.
I'm gonna go TBD. It's probably Top Flight, but whatever.
No, they got to take on FTR.
Oh, that's right. Shit. The infantry do double duty. I know they're big. They're happy. What?
I said it'll be the infantry or something.
That's what I said. They can do double duty. Tony loves them.
He's calling in the troops right now. We got to back down the hatches. The smart marks are saying bad things about us on Twitter. We got to back down the hatches. Call in the infantry. Call in the army. Call in the Navy.
Thank you, Impact. That's deep. And we will, by the way, we'll take a rating out of 10 as we finish the last couple matches here.
Right, Anthony? Your choice.
I know who Tony Nese is, so I'm gonna just do the varsity athletes.
Varsity athletes. Yeah. As Keyshawn, Stardom marks need to touch grass. Yep. I'll leave it at that. Then the Undisputed Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett versus the Infantry. So, speak of the devil, and they shall appear.
I'm going the Infantry.
A Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship match. Player.
I'm gonna go Infantry. I have to.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go with the Undisputed Kingdom.
Yes, sir.
If UK loses, do they have to like disband as a group at that point? Like they're just like, this isn't working at all.
I feel like they almost need to do that if they win. This ain't working at all. The most polite thing that I've been able to say about this group lately was Adam Cole halfway going, almost MJF-ish towards Wardlow of so don't mess this up and everything, which sounded very MJF when he was, his bodyguard and everything. So
Right.
that's the nicest and only positive thing lately to say about them.
Fact. All around. Damien giving the show an 8, 8.5. How many more matches are there?
There's the 2.
What do we got?
Athena versus Sheeta and Kingston versus Briscoe, which I think we both talked about.
Well, first and foremost, could Sheeta win?
Probably.
Yeah.
Will. I'll take Sheeta.
I'm kind of with you on that one. I think
Athena moves up.
Maybe.
Athena Mercedes is a thing, I feel.
True. What do you think, Anthony?
I was going to take Sheeta.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So we could be holy Sheeta across the board?
Right?
I think we are.
So, well, are we with the 2 main events of Sheeta versus Athena and Briscoe versus Kingston? Are we pretty much unanimous across the board? I feel because anyone, especially me, anyone taking Kingston?
I'm taking.
No.
Yeah, it's got to be Briscoe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. It's so could Kingston pull it out? Maybe, but I think no. The booking makes more sense the other way.
What does it serve if Eddie wins? Like, where do you go past that? This goes way better. And honestly, would you potentially be more interested to pay attention at least a little bit to Ring of Honor if Mark Briscoe, is there as your world champ? This is okay.
Looks good.
Understood. Not said.
It wouldn't even make me buy an Honor Club subscription.
You're gonna watch it on a weekly, nothing. Got a clip on Twitter. Got a clip on the Instagrams.
I might watch something on YouTube.
Might share a story on Facebook.
But to buy a whole another subscription, I don't think so.
Fair.
Well, what did we all think about Dynamite tonight? Most of the ratings coming in are pretty solid. So how did we all feel about it?
I would give Impact a very, very strong 9 tonight.
Ooh.
I enjoyed every aspect of it. All the matches had time to shine. I don't really think it was a downer at any point, honestly.
No, not really.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a solid 9.
I think I'll give it an 8.
I have to do 2 things there. I'm going to give a rating, and I also have to course correct my last rating from earlier tonight.
Shut up.
No, I do, because now watching this and having them aligned, and you're probably not going to like what I'm going to still say. I'm going to give both shows a 7 across the board.
That's fair.
Right.
A little low, but fair.
Right, a little low, but fair.
I'm playing with you.
It's like my IQ, a little low, but fair.
I watch Ring of Honor weekly. It's been pretty good lately. Interesting. What a match. What is happening with Impact next week now?
Pause for applause. I don't know.
They said one match. Oh, the Digital Media Championship is on the line. It's Crazy Steve versus somebody that I can't remember. But I know the Digital Media champ. Oh, I think it's Laredo Kid. I think.
Yes, fact.
It's Laredo Kid. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the only match announced for next week. Then there's the contract signing for the Knockouts title.
There we go.
They've only announced those 2 things for next week.
Right. This one's for Nick. It makes me laugh.
I'm still trying to figure it out. Of Nick, voice, Anthony, you being so generous.
I think it says in Nick voice.
I don't know, right? But how do I do my own voice?
You're
I
doing
just
it
say my voice.
That's pretty good.
Right? Yeah, do it.
There you go. As long as they're having fun, I don't mind if they have storylines involving making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Oh, are we talking about the?
Oh, but once they get a draft involved, fuck off.
Right? Man, I have no idea what they're going to do creatively coming out of that.
Poor Jay White. Poor Jay White.
Poor Jay White.
My God. No, he's a former IWGP champion. We were expecting the same exact caliber with Will Ospreay when he showed up in AEW. And now he's out here fucking jobbing to a 60-year-old fucking half of a DX member and everything. And sitting there having to get punched and just sits there and blah, 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 skin. Across the ring and everything, having to swim to Ref Aubrey. Please help me. Please help me. Please help me from this scary old man. Like, they get shook off with a baseball bat as he does the home invasion. When's the last time you ever saw somebody do a home invasion and all you had to do was show up at home and they get shook off? Exactly.
Shit,
this man's just been castrated and carved up like a fucking Christmas Day turkey live on fucking television here.
Tell us how you really feel.
Exactly. That's what I just did.
Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah. What else can you say?
I don't think you can say anything else after that.
Sorry.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's make this last call. Any last thoughts on Impact tonight? Anything you want to say as we part? I will remind everyone we are back tomorrow, 3 p.m. in the afternoon. All three of us will be here. Wrestling Revolver, House of Glory in Philadelphia. It's going to be an amazing show. And then, of course, we got the mega stream with SmackDown, Supercard of Honor, Hall of Fame, maybe a little Rampage. And that's all before we get into our Mania Marathon, our drive for 5K subs. Be a part of it all. Be a friend, tell a friend. Click all those links. But, yeah, no, Jay White has become a glorified jobber. Brutal. Nick's just like, yes, it is.
I feel bad. I just went on a tirade. So,
but any final thoughts from you, gentlemen?
No final thoughts from me. I'm good.
Really glad that this was the showing, at least from TNA. Of even if I was a little bit lower, you guys were 9s, 8s, and everything like that. Everybody was pretty high raving on this. It really shows where TNA's at. But we're back at it like a jackrabbit tomorrow. Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. What are you talking about? The rest of you put it with it for life with it.
See you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. Thank you. Good night.